Okay, this is our app Odyssme. It's a lifestyle app that allows our users to feel more accomplished about their day-to-day activities by comparing their daily activity to more aspiring feats. And we hope you enjoy our presentation. We're going to jump right into the promotional video. Oh, actually, we're going to introduce ourselves first. My name's Gina.
I'm Tom Hipshin.
I'm Kyle Whitney.
Seth Munster.
Michael Smith.
Riker Seife.
And now here's our promotional video. So in the early stages of our research, we found that our target market is busy working professionals, and they don't have a lot of time to go to the gym every day, but they want to be more active in their everyday life, and they don't really want to be told how to be active. They all have their own definition of what it's like to be healthy and what they need to do to stay healthy. And we also found that they would like to travel, but they don't have time to travel due to their stressful schedules.
All right, now we're gonna go look at our demo real quick. All right, so Mike's gonna load it up real quick, and
So the first thing you'll see when you open the app is the health kit authorization screen. Because our app gets most of its walking and distance data from health kit, the user has to authorize our app to read that data, because by default Apple keeps it all kind of locked down because there's a lot of personal information in it.
all right, so he's gonna go ahead and accept that, and it's gonna drop right in, and this is running off core data mostly. So just check to see if you have a journey in progress right now, and you don't, so it's gonna give you a little notification saying you need to go pick one, and these are everything we have. If Kyle, you wanna talk about how those are pulled off JSON?
So we use JSON to actually load all the data of the actual journeys, and we have all the steps and everything here. And when the user actually clicks on one, it actually loads the info page, and it loads from JSON all of the description, the miles, and everything, and with a picture. And whenever they click start, it will start the journey, and it will pop up the progress bar. And
All right, so now you have a journey in progress. You can start walking around, and it will start to read your health kit data. And as you go, that progress bar will slowly fill up. So now that you already have one in progress, you can actually go back. It'll tell you which one you're running on. And then if you click on a different one that you're not already working with, and you try to hit the start button, it'll give you an override. Oh, maybe not. There we go. It'll ask you to override the journey. And if you do this, all your data on the current one will be lost, and you'll start the new one. So you actually have to finish the journeys. You can't really stop in the middle of them and change your mind. Okay, so do we have any health kit data loaded in? Hey, there we go. Okay, so we loaded in some health kit data. You've completed your journey. It's going to tell you completed your journey. And then this will save to more core data in something we call the passport. So if you hit OK, and we'll head over to the passport. And every time you finish a different journey, you're going to get like a different passport stamp on there. And so as you build them up, they'll slowly fill up, and you'll have like a separate one for every time you complete a journey. So if you complete the Leaning Tower of Pisa more than once, it'll actually have more than one stamp show up. And oh yeah, and they will show up in different colors. That's just randomly generated. Where there's 4 of each one, and they're just randomly picked.
Okay, so in our market analysis, we found that there's hundreds of different health apps out there because health is a big trend right now in the marketplace. We have plenty of options and competition out there right now. Wearables are really popular. There's the native health kit in your iPhone itself. But we found that these apps, they tell the user what to do, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted our users to create their own goals. So we wanted to stray away from telling them what to do, and a lot of them were too complicated too with all the information that you had, and a lot of people just wanted to track their step progress rather than just their calories or stuff like that.
Then we targeted working professionals because what we found was that, one, they're actually the most in need of exercising more, and they don't really have the free time to exercise or travel much at all, and that can prevent them from achieving the goals that they want to do. And if you give them the opportunity to complete health goals, just doing their day-to-day activities, it will make them feel accomplished every single day. And a secondary audience that we found were thru hikers, and thru hiker is a term generally associated with people who intend to hike the Appalachian Trail from beginning to end. And I labeled it thru hikers. It's really people who aspire to make these journeys that we have that really don't have the time to do it or would like to, and they plan on doing it, but they don't have the context of how hard is this, would it be feasible, how much of the Appalachian Trail could I actually do. So it gives them a little more context, and if they were to travel to Japan and wanted to hike Mount Fuji, they would have an idea of how long will this take me, how much time do I need to allow, how hard will it actually be, and things of that nature.
Okay, in our media plan, we wanted to use traditional forms of media because we found that our target market is the primary users of things like TV and reading newspapers still. So we thought that'd be the best way to target them without individually targeting them, because that'll be more cost effective. We found that people in the ages of 30 to 55, they spend nearly 8 hours a day watching TV or reading the newspaper or listening to radio when they do have free time. And we also wanted to use word of mouth because people will talk about it in the workplace, and hopefully they'll start their own competition or something like that, and people can hear about the app that way.
And then another platform for marketing that we found was LinkedIn would be a great place for this. We're targeting working professionals, and LinkedIn is solely working professionals, and it actually is populated. Its user base is a much higher percentage of adults between 25 to 60 than most other forms of social media. So we wouldn't have to target individual users as hard because the higher percentage of users fall in our target audience.
In the future plans we have for Odyssme 2, we want to add a challenge friends feature so people are more motivated by competition. We found that out in our research also. So we hope that that will bring people back to the app. And we want to add more journeys, and maybe add more journeys that aren't as well known, so people can add, or we can add more of an educational factor to the app. We also wanted to add some sort of bonuses or milestones feature that allows people to learn more that way. And we also wanted to add a social media sharing feature as well, so people can share when they beat their friends up the Mount Everest or something like that. So it'll add more competition that way as well.
Say another thing we wanted to add were notifications that would appear at certain percentages as the user completes them. So on a longer journey, such as the Great Wall, you could keep the user coming back if they were getting the notifications that, oh, you completed 25% of this app, this journey. You would return to the app, look at it again, hopefully see how many miles, how many steps it actually was, then, return to your daily activity.
Okay, and this is Odyssme. Make your everyday worthy of an epic is our mission statement. Thank you for listening.
So did somebody ponied up for an actual dev account? Is that how you got HealthKit?
Yep.
You?
Yeah, I've had it for a year. It actually expired a couple days ago, so I'm really surprised it still continued to work, but
Got lucky there.
Cool. The color scheme is such that the bottom bar needed to have the icons choose an alternative color. The default's blue and your background's blue. So is there a reason you didn't change that?
Yeah, we found that the default was gray when it wasn't being highlighted, and we tried playing around with it to see if we could do like an inverse to like show when it's selected or not, but I guess just with time constraints, we weren't able to do that. So in the next version, we want to change that.
You know, the one thing that struck me watching your video is that the video was, that piece at the end where like I'm starting up the trail was more compelling than the app, which leads to a potential letdown when I come to the app. Not that your app's bad, but it's the problem where the promo is a better experience than the app is, and what happens when the user goes from the promo to the app. I don't know if you have some thought on that.
No, I agree with that, because it makes it seem like you're gonna, especially because you use the walking shot like that, it makes it look like the app is gonna enable you to like walk through that space. So just be careful when you're selecting your footage that it actually is situationally correct in that sense.
Yeah.
And that you're not overselling your app,
Yeah.
because nothing will make people give you 1 star out of 5 in the ratings. It's managing the expectations poorly.
Largely text experience after watching that video.
Yeah. And again, a lot of the feedback, so this is a lesson too in terms of app world, is that a lot of the feedback that gets put into the App Store on apps has to do not just with the way the app works, but what people expected it to do. So if you oversell an app and then people are not finding that when they actually download it, that's almost worse than having an app that doesn't work very well. Because if you tell people, well, the app kind of sucks, but you should check it out, they're going to be surprised that it's actually good, as opposed to the other way around, where they're going to give you 1 star because they thought it was going to be really great. It's also, and you guys think about your own experience with this. If you pay even 99 cents for an app, you expect a level of quality in that app. Even if it's only $1, you still have this expectation of quality. Whereas if it were free, then whatever, you're not going to go be spiteful and put 1-star ratings on it. So keep that in mind too. That managing those expectations is a huge part of marketing, in addition to actually just explaining what the stuff does.
Just to like go, the idea that we had behind it was just to kind of make it attention getting, but in the next version of the app, we would like to add like pictures of like the actual monument or like the trails that we have on the journeys, so it'll be more realistic.
We would have liked to feature a street view of some of these locations and that kind of thing, so to make it more immersive. Yeah. Not so much a street view, but
Yeah.
By the way, really happy you got HealthKit working, and I realize you had to enable that, the developer account, to get that and figure it out, and integrate that with core data, so I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go on what Dale said about the color. I wasn't a fan of your guys' color choice. One, because you have a lot of text in your app, so bright colors kind of take away from that, kind of make me strain my eyes a little bit. When a user uses your app, then you have like infinite, like just a very little time to like catch them. They're looking for any reason to drop the app, and this is for all designers as a room. Catch them and hook them. Don't give them a reason to leave. And the bright colors just kind of turn me off a little bit, but that's just me.
There's one other thing in terms of precision of targeting of your apps. So, like, the idea that you're going to target people who are not necessarily that active is one thing, but then, like, you throw stats up there that your average target user spends 8 hours watching TV every day. Like, is that really somebody who's going to find value in an app that, tracks their steps. 'Cause are they really walking? Like, and maybe this would motivate them, I don't know, but if that's the idea, if your app is designed to help get them off the couch and get them excited about what they're doing, then your marketing has to reflect that as opposed to the office employee. So just, you know, when you're planning how you're going to connect with an audience and make product match their desire and aspiration, you just want to think that through a little more carefully and be more precise about it so that you know you're going to resonate with the right people so that your app is going to gain traction. Or product, of any kind of